Hello guys, JackTheDisneyGuy2017 here, and welcome to episode 6 of Storytime with JackTheDisneyGuy2017. In today's story, I'm going to read to you all Donald Duck in Disneyland. So let's begin. Hurry up, boys, keep together, and stay right with me, said Donald Duck anxiously, as he and his nephews moved along with the crowd toward the gates of Disneyland. Soon they found themselves in the railroad station entrance to Disneyland. Beyond the open doorway stretched Main Street, USA, and beyond that, as the boys we knew spread a magic wonder world. "Come on," cried Huey, tackling at Donald. "Let's go to Fantasyland," cried Dewey. "No, the world of tomorrow," said Louie. "Rocket to the moon," Huey broke in. "Wait," said Donald, holding up his hand. "First we must take the train around Disneyland for the splendid overall view." So he bought 4 tickets, but when he turned around, not a single nephew was in sight. "Huey, Louie, Dewey," Donald called. "This is no time for a joke. Come on now. The train won't wait." Down the track, the locomotive huffed impatiently, but not a boy appeared. "Now where could those boys have gone?" Donald thought. "Train ride's a fine way to spot lost boys," the conductor suggested. "From up here, you can see the whole of Disneyland. Hop aboard and keep your eyes open. You'll soon spot your boys." So Donald hopped aboard and found himself a seat. The train started up and soon was steaming past the tropical jungles of True Life Adventureland. As Donald watched, dazzled by the bright flowers and brilliant birds in the trees, a riverboat chugged into view, and there at the rail lodged Huey Duck. But Huey could not see an alligator, which was waiting just around the bend with wide and gleaming jaws. "Watch out, Huey!" Donald cried, but the train chugged out of sight before the boat reached the bend. "Stop the train!" cried Donald. "I have to get out." But the train went chugging on. Ahead, a whistle hooted. Donald looked around. The scene had changed. Here a paddle wheel excursion boat was steaming down a river of America, and on the far bank squatted a quaint old river town. Donald skinned. The steam was done. Just then the steam whistle screeched, "Toot-a-toot, toot," and then hanging on the whistle cloth was gleaming Dewey Duck. Zip! A ruffled shirt echoed in the air. Uncle Donald jumped around a cure in the desert road. A stagecoach came launching at full speed. Just behind it reached wild Indians, crouched low in the saddles, waving their balls and screaming war cries that turned the bomb. At the window of the stagecoach, 2 faces appeared, strutting Huey and Louie Duck. "Down, boys!" screeched Donald, as the train raced past. "Get out of their range! Drop down!" Poor Donald! He was trembling as the Disneyland train left the painted desert far behind. Had was waiting in time? He could only hope it had. Toot toot! Down below ran another train, the Casey Jr., on a dizzy ride, and in the cab of the engineer, whom should Donald spy but Dewey Duck, waving at Uncle Donald. "Keep your eye on the track," shouted Uncle Donald. "Watch where you're taking the train." As Donald snuck tumbling into his seat, down the aisle, the jolly conductor came. "No sign of your nephews yet?" he smiled. "Well, don't you worry. They'll turn up safe and sound." With a pat on Donald's shoulder, he went on his way. "Turn up," Donald gasped. "Safe and sound," he said. For a few moments, the train chugged past a green and shady grove. Donald squinted and took a deep, happy breath. Everything looked so peaceful here. "Phew, look at me, Uncle Donald," cried a familiar voice. Donald spun around. A pirate ship was sailing toward the clouds on its way to Peter Pan's Neverland. From the dock, Louie Duck waved both hands at Uncle Don, but far ahead, Donald could see Captain Hook with drawn sword, waiting for the ship to come near. "Get your head down and hunt straight," called Donald, but Louie had not heard. As he disappeared, he was waiting still. "Some fun, Uncle Donald. Look at me." Down the stone hallway, small cars were running in a young driver at each wheel. In one car was Huey Duck, steering with both hands. "Huey, you don't know how to drive," called Donald, not knowing that Huey had just passed his Disneyland driving test. Then the train took Donald out of sight, and to his relief, he saw the station ahead. Donald was the first one off the train, but his shaky knees would not take him far. He had to stop to lean against a post. One had his eyes. Where, he wondered, was the hospital? He supposed he should look there first. "Uncle Donald, hurry up. The train's about to leave." Huey, Dewey, and Louie were dancing around him. "We've had a wonderful time," they said. "Now we're ready to go with you for a quiet trip on the train." "Quiet," squawked Donald. "You boys go ahead. I can't stand that excitement again." So while the boys hopped on the train, Donald tore off to take a peaceful rocket trip to the moon. The end. Well, I hope you guys liked this story, and I'll see you next time with more videos. Bye!